Right, today is Tuesday, January 28th. I had my checkup yesterday, Monday, and I'm going to post this as my Wednesday weekly update. So you'll see this on January 29th, 2025. Again, I'm kind of, two things. Number one, I look down and up because I like to not miss anything that I'm going to say. And number two, I'm trying to look at the data versus how I'm feeling, because a lot of times the data is more objective than I am. But I do both. I cover both. So just before this, I actually started to record, but then I just started coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing. So that might be something that you're noticing in videos, just the cough. There's definitely a wheeze that you'll hear whenever I take a deep breath in. And it is getting harder to catch my breath. Now, if I'm going low and slow like a turtle and I'm really focusing on my breath and breathing from my stomach, I'm generally okay. But if I close my mouth and I have to rely on breathing through my lungs, that's a lot more difficult. I really do try to do a lot of moving in the morning. That's when I have my most energy. The chores and stuff like that, when the least people are around in my house. Because as I do move, I cough and wheeze and get out of breath a lot more. But there's that fine line of needing to move so that I don't atrophy more quickly. And so I do a lot of that moving, even though I'm coughing and wheezing and it sounds like it's really hard to catch my breath. I try to do that as much as possible when people aren't around, because that can really trigger their own fears as well. Not always perfect about not doing it when people are around, because, I just have to live my life. But that's what I try to do. And sometimes if I'm going really low and slow, like today I actually did go to the grocery store on my own just to get a few things, which I can still do. If I'm going low and slow, I probably won't cough as much, but like if I'm going up and down stairs or I'm changing my pace, that's when, or if I've been sitting for a while and then I get up, that's when you're really going to hear the coughing and the wheezing and it sounding like it's hard to catch my breath. The other thing that I noticed, which I think is a good thing, is that I'm less sleepy this week. And I really do attribute that to eating light. When I eat heavy, it really does make me even more sleepy and almost hard to wake up. So I eat one light meal or 2 snacks a day. And when I do that, I actually feel pretty good. But if I overeat, like on Sunday, I had 2 probably, what most people would probably consider a light to normal meal. And I actually started to feel nauseated the second time that I ate. So I really do have to keep my meals kind of light in quantity as well as in regard to the density. And when I do that, I feel a lot better. So what did the data say? Well, I think because I moved around so much just before the nurse showed up, sometimes I feel like I'm in a race against time, and I really want to put as many things in place as possible so that when all of a sudden, because I think that's what's going to happen. It's like all of a sudden I'll be able to do something and then the next day I won't. Just kind of like November 3rd or 4th, I was able to work, and November 6th or whatever, I wasn't. So I just feel that even though the progression is very, very slow, eventually there might be one day where that's it. So one of the things that I'm going to show you is I went through my closet. I cleared out like 4 bags, 3 bags of clothes and 1 bag of shoes. One of the things that I did today is I went to the Goodwill. I dropped all those off, and then you'll see a little video in a little bit about something that I did to kind of prepare for the future. So I think because I was moving around so much, cleaning out my closet, bringing bags down to my car, and again, there's got to be that fine balance of me actually still doing stuff so that I keep my strength and I do keep my lungs going and having people do stuff for me. So because I was moving around so much just before the nurse showed up, my oxygen level actually went from 97% to 99%, which is the highest that it's actually been in like a month. So that does prove that I do need to kind of keep moving, even though it might scare people when they hear me coughing and wheezing and getting out of breath. People want to help you. And that's great. But I did hear one quote one time that something like, I learned when I overwatered my plant that even the best intentions can be harmful. So there's got to be that fine balance between me helping myself and the people also helping me. And some people might hear me say, I can do this, I've got this, and I just need them to kind of respect that they can trust me, that I know my body, that even though it does sound scary because I'm wheezing and out of breath, but I will ask people when I really need help for their help. So I just hope that they know and they trust and respect me enough to let that happen. And it can be very hard, especially when it's scary and someone's coughing and wheezing. You want to jump in and you want to help them, but overwatering a plant might seem helpful, but it can kill it too. So I want to make sure that I am up and moving as much as possible and finding that nice balance between resting so that I don't atrophy more quickly. So the good news is that my oxygen level was up to 99%. My respiration rate is high average. It's 20. I might be needing to take more breaths to get more oxygen into my body, but it's still technically average. My pulse was normal. My blood pressure was a little bit low. So that's just something to keep an eye out. And obviously, my color's still good. So anytime I meet people, they're like, you don't look sick. And I was thinking about that. Like, again, it's working. I'm trying to debunk what sick looks like. You may never know what somebody is going through. Because I look healthy, but obviously as I'm coughing and wheezing, you can see I'm not 100% up to par. Okay, and then I also like to go over the checklists for the 6 months of life to live. So even though I am on hospice and I have a terminal illness and they put down 6 months or less to live, it's been 2 months, and I think I said 3 months the last time, so I was wrong. People who know me can laugh at me because I tend to round up. I guess it's been about 2 months. But according to the 6 months checklist, I can still take care of myself. I'm still hungry and thirsty, even if it's lower than most people. I probably eat about 1,000 calories a day or so. I can still take care of some small chores, laundry, some cleaning, some cooking, and I can even get out into the community, once a day or so to pick up a few groceries, or my friend and I are gonna go to a conservatory tomorrow, so I'm still very mobile. And then every day that I'm able to do these things, I just reset the clock another 6 months or so. So today I'm going to add a few little videos at the end of this. I did talk about some of the things that I did yesterday. Some people call it Swedish death cleaning, where I'm trying to go through the things that I own, scale them down, because I don't know, I guess there are two thoughts on this topic whenever I talk to people. in my eyes, it's like, why would I have someone clean up my mess? Like, if you left your dishes on a dining room table for somebody else to clean up, that's not necessarily fair, right? Why would we do that in life? On the other hand, I have talked with a few other people who actually do prefer to go through their loved ones' things and decide what to keep or not. But while I still have energy, I'm going to clean things up and prepare things as much as possible while I still have energy in my cognitive functioning. Somebody asked on my TikTok, like, don't you have a bucket list? Wouldn't you like just be out there doing everything? And it's like, you know, what I would also like to say is you should be doing your bucket list whether you're gonna die or not. There are things I didn't even think that I could do that I did do. Because I have spina bifida, well, let's even rewind back. I thought I was too stupid to go to college, and yet I did it and I graduated, and people say I'm really intellectual now. That's a big check right there that I didn't think I could do when I was younger. Yeah, even my high school counselors didn't think I was gonna do anything, and now I'm a teacher, so. That's another thing. Don't listen to what people say that you can or can't do, because they don't know you. You know, because I have spina bifida, I didn't think I could have children, and I had 2 healthy children. So that was a big bucket list. I've also learned how to love unconditionally. I've learned how to forgive. Like, I've done to me things that I think are really important in life. And what I like to do is write and teach and make sure my family is as stable as possible. And so that's what I'm using my time for. Let's see. I also did visit another nursing home today. You're going to see a little video about it. To compare and contrast the 2 nursing homes, one felt a lot more brighter. They did have, the one today, an opportunity of a private room, although it might be rare. It just had more space. And so I'm really glad that I am able to mentally prepare for what it might be like to go into a nursing home, because it's probably going to be more average that I'm going to have to share a room with somebody. And I've lived like most of my life introverted, right? So like 80% of my time or more might be spent alone, and I'm used to having a private bedroom and a private bathroom. So I need to mentally prepare for these things before I end up in a nursing home. So to make sure my noise canceling earbuds are coming with me and all my chargers for that. Those are just some things to think about. Yeah. And even though I know that I might end up, you know, in a room with another person and sharing space, and I'm still satisfied. That's exactly what I want. When it gets to the point where I can't get myself out of bed or do my medical things, that's when I'm going to transfer to a nursing home. Because, again, my wish is for my family to remember my home as where I lived, not where I died. And I also do have young people at home, young-ish, and they already have enough on their mind with going to school and stuff. And I've already told my 16-year-old, like, and anybody listening to this, let go of guilt. You know, if I go into nursing home, then it puts the person in power of when they feel that they can handle what they are seeing me go through as I atrophy. And if they can't handle it, I said, that's okay too. I won't be offended because I like get it, you know? And so it also gives control back to some of my family members and friends as to how much they may or may not want to visit me, because it might be painful to see. So I'm still happy with the decision I made for that. As for personal essays, I think I'm winding down on those. Researching and thinking, that's how I process stuff. And I think I've really processed what I'm about to deal with. So I don't think anything new is going to pop up. It might, though. I'm always surprised when something comes in I feel like I need to teach or share it. But I've also been working on the day before TikTok was supposed to be shut down. I downloaded almost all my videos from TikTok, which was a lot. So I'm uploading about 5 or 6 TikTok videos to my YouTube channel per day. So that might be kind of new. What I do like about YouTube is I can create playlists. So it might be easier to find content if people are looking for it. Like I have spiritual content, I have how-to, questions and answers. And then yes, I do have a death and dying playlist, but I also have a prayer playlist because I had recorded all my prayers that I say in the morning. So it's just kind of easier for people to find the content that they might want to actually watch rather than just it being random on TikTok. So, but it's going to take me a while. I think there's a couple hundred videos and I'm only doing 5 or 6 a day. So I am doing that. Okay, enough talking. I'll show you a few other little things. I don't think they're very long, 30 seconds or so of what I did to kind of help prepare me for the future, which is when I get to the point when I might need to go to a nursing home. Some people love big walk-in closets. I don't. I feel like this one is the perfect size for me. So yesterday I went through all my clothes. I kept the ones I really wanted. But then what I also did is I have this little side bookshelfy thing. And you can see that I labeled them. You can't really see this one, but it says winter, fall and spring. This one is summer, and this one is medical supplies. So that if and when I go to a nursing home, they can just grab one of those bins and take it with them. My next thing is to maybe create like a bag that will be like a toiletry bag. Alright, so today I toured the Pearl and I actually like it. I think if everything works out, this may be where my end of life care occurs. This is my lunch. It's kind of big, so I probably won't even finish it. Writing down afternoon meds and getting ready to take my nap. I bought myself a little heating pad and it feels really nice on my sore spots, mainly my lower back and my hip. It's kind of interesting. I recorded my video yesterday and said that it was easy to wake up this week. And then right after recording that video, I laid down for a nap well after lunch. Around 2. And I kind of remember I wear like this eye mask thingy. And I remember after a couple hours or whatever, when I was in twilight, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the eye mask off so that it'll be easier to wake up. Then the last thing I remember is I heard the door to the bedroom open. I guess my husband was checking on me. And I remember going, wow, it's pretty dark out. Apparently, I slept till 5:45. This morning, and then I went to bed at 11. This morning, I'm also finding it hard to wake up. You know, the other thing I've been thinking about is some people might say, because I heard in October from the universe, surrender and you won't suffer. And as you hear me cough, probably because I've been laying too much and I do need to get up and move around a bit. That sounds like suffering. But to me, it's more of just like an annoyance. It doesn't hurt. I was in a lot more pain when I was actually on the cancer treatment. Hospice nurse Julie also did a video about when is too much medical treatment too much. Maybe I'll put that link below. And yeah, these coughing fits, they happen several times throughout the day. But I would probably say that more often than not, when I actually get up or sit down, I don't cough too much. And again, it's more of an annoyance than painful. And it can be managed for the most part. So, you never know. The inconsistency is still there. I am tying it to when I eat more carbs or dairy, which I did yesterday. It seems to trigger it a little bit more. Then when I eat lighter and more fruits and vegetables. One of the nice things about waking up later is when I look out my window. It's a real pretty sunrise this morning.